From Wall Street to Main Street, this is LALATE.
It's a major night on a September 5th, 2022, as Americans come back from a 3-day weekend, and they also have major stimulus for them as well. Huge stimulus, lifetime of stimulus. We'll go over the latest details on biggest lift of your benefits you've ever seen of a generation. And then 14 categories of stimulus, growing from just 3 a few days before. We'll have the latest details across the board in tonight's recording. Plus, why the earnings recession that started in May has recapped itself tonight. We'll learn why companies have lost all their inherent valuations that they tried to gain traction on over the last few weeks. Plus, we'll be going over the latest on inflation and why it's raising your benefits so much, the housing data, and why that housing market continues to crumble left and right. Then, of course, the major developing details we have tonight, of course, is 14 categories of stimulus checks. The first 3, $100,000, passed by the President of the United States by executive action in the month of March. Checks A, B, and C will go over. Then, debuted on the channel 3 weeks ago, checks E through K. And tonight, we go over more checks, L and M and N and O. 14 categories of checks that yield $100,000 and about 100 to 200 checks. We'll go over the latest details across the board. Plus, we'll be looking at what the Federal Reserve has and hasn't done and why you got to become a member. Go under this video, become a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Calcino VIP. And why viewers are getting 100 to 200 checks, $100 to $200,000 this month, this week, this year from forced stimulus. It's your opportunity. We're going to go over that opportunity for you tonight from the shores of Santa Monica, California. Stay to the very end because we have a lot new checks tonight. And also we have a lot of other major breaking developing details. OPEC Plus minutes ago on a 3-day weekend announcing they're doing something you're not going to like with gasoline. Oh boy, here we go. We knew it was going to come. It's September. What happened in September? Well, OPEC Plus did something in September. Well, the latest details across the board. Plus, we have exciting great news coming to LA2, LA3, the 3 other channels of this broadcasting network. Get that big stimulus, stay the big second half, become a member. We got a huge recording like none other. It's heating up, and I'm not just talking about the weather. I'm also talking about your money. The latest breaking news starts right now. And good evening, everybody. It's a beautiful night here along the coast for September 5th, 2022. I hope you're having a beautiful 3-day weekend, but we're back with the news. And there is a lot of breaking news tonight. OPEC Plus cutting production of gasoline. Here we go. That's why you need a stimulus check in every U.S. state. Then we have the latest details on the Federal Reserve and what they're going to do. You're going to get a shocker. Next, we're going to go over what's going on that earnings front. We'll go over the latest details on the collapse of the housing market. And also, we'll be going over the raise of your benefits, the biggest you've seen of a generation. Plus, we'll be looking at those big checks, massive checks. We've never seen checks like this for your financial freedom. We'll go over all that incredible forced stimulus. Boy, we got a major broadcast tonight. And first, I want to congratulate again Frank Mancuso, who got, look at this, from this channel last week. These massive sums of money, 18 months of mortgage, 18 months of utilities, and that's not one utility, it's utilities, 18 months of high-speed internet. He got that all from this channel by becoming a member. It's among the items we're going to be covering tonight from the shores of Santa Monica, California. We got a lot going over. Your benefit raise tonight, your housing market, your unemployment, your forced stimulus. The breaking news starts right now on a beautiful night of Evenings LA. Hope you're having a beautiful evening across the board. Thank you for joining me again. Tonight we have a lot of major breaking news. First, 14 categories. 14 categories of forced stimulus checks are now law in every U.S. state, and we're going to go over those checks. The checks are not really detailed anywhere else in broadcast media, print media, because they don't research them. I've researched them for you. I found them. There was initially 3 checks I had for you back in the month of March. Checks A, B, and C passed by the President of the United States by executive action. 3 stimulus categories of checks with about 100 to 200 checks in there that yield about $100,000. And viewers have got to them ever since. Then 3 Sundays ago, Congress passed a bill that established 7 new categories of checks. We'll have those checks, E through K, in tonight's recording. And then 2 weeks ago, I found checks L and M and N and O. The collective of these checks is 14 categories, 100 to 200 checks, about $100,000, and you qualify for them. They're incredible. We're going to go over all these incredible checks in this recording. Stay to the very end. That's coming up in just a second. The other major story heading tonight, of course, it just happened minutes ago. Who would know there would be a major story on a Labor Day weekend going into a new week? But it happened. OPEC Plus cut production of gasoline out of their member countries. OMG. No one saw that coming. Of course, this is not a major cut, but it's at least 100,000 barrels. So this is among the concerns now. Gas Buddy is saying that the price of gasoline domestically will drop into the $3 range in some states this coming week, but they all say it could change of a blink of an eye if there is a hurricane or a natural disaster in September, which you know always happens. As soon as any time someone walks out of a San Francisco hairstyle, there's a natural disaster. We'll go over the latest details on that and more on this recording later tonight. We're going to go over the breaking news happening minutes ago on housing and the raise of your benefits. But first, I want to start with the other story tonight that really is a story that's going to carry us into the major new week. That story is the August payrolls. The number of jobs created in the U.S. economy fell dramatically compared to the prior month, released last Friday. The prior month week generated in private sector jobs, 526,000 new jobs created. 526,000 new jobs created. Pretty good in the month of July. August, no longer good. Wall Street is looking at a smaller number. They were looking for 318,000. That was their projection. It missed. It came in at 315,000. And this is a really low number. This is one of the lowest job creation numbers we've had on this channel. I think it's since April. Oh, there it is, since April 2021. Not April 2022. Oh, boy. Now, in there, we had really 2 fascinating numbers that are big news for you. 1, wages went up month to month, 0.3%. This is big news for your benefits. If you're on SSI and SSDI, this means inflation is still going up, at least for wage inflation. Huge news. Your benefits are going up a lot. A lifetime stimulus. We're going to go over that calculation in a second. They went up about 0.3% month to month. And then unemployment rate. The unemployment rate, which was said to be the lowest since 1969, is no longer there because now unemployment tracked higher in this Friday non-farm payroll number. It went up to 3.7%, up 0.2 percentage point. There we go, because remember, in a recession, labor does not fall apart at the start of the recession. It falls apart at the end of a recession. And the White House is trying to tell you there is no recession because the labor's strong. Oh, no, it falls apart late in the recession. Here it is starting to fall apart. This is why you have to get a forced stimulus check in every U.S. state. We're going to go over all those incredible checks in just a second, but the other major story that hit in this report was the commentary by Michael Rohn, which is the chief investment strategist at State Street. I like his comment. His comment is that basically you can look at this report and people can say it's good and people can say it's bad. But one thing you cannot disagree upon is the housing market. The housing market, which is clearly in a recession, got even worse in less than 24 hours. Over the last 2 months, we understood that the housing market was in a recession, but we saw certain parts of it holding up. Those parts that are holding up are no longer holding up. Let's go over the latest breaking news tonight on this housing recession shocker. The housing recession first hit in the month of May when the existing home sales were down, new home sales were down, builders' confidence were down as well. Then, on Thursday last week, before the 3-day weekend, we had one data come out, but one of the analysts in the housing market saying, yes, but the prices are holding up. People are still getting big prices, the largest they've gotten of nearly 10 years. Can't say that anymore. It changed 24 hours later. The breaking news tonight is that 1 in 5 home sellers cannot sell their home, so they're having to cut the price 20% down. Next, the median list home price for the month of August 2022 is down. Get ready for this one? Down 42% since 2019. Ouch. And the median list home price was less than 14% lower than August of 2021. Ouch. If you're a YouTuber who's bragging about all the real estate you're buying, yeah, take a look at the investment value of it tonight, because it may not have that investment value anymore. Down 14% year to date and down 42% since 2019. Moreover, the homes are staying on the market 5 days longer because they can't sell the homes. Housing recession, it just keeps on growing. This, my friends, is why you have to get a forced stimulus check in every U.S. state. Let's go over those incredible forced stimulus checks right now that Purple Hawks have been getting, and I'm excited that you are a member of the Purple Power family. If you aren't, join this channel right today. And if you were, come back, because now we have not 3 categories of checks, but 14. Let's go over those incredible checks starting right now. Back in the month of March, I found for you 3 categories of checks: A, B, and C. Let's look at those incredible checks from the President of the United States by executive action, passed law in March. 3 categories, A, B, and C, that pay out about $100,000. And viewers have got to them ever since the month of March. Those first 3 categories of checks, A, B, and C, as I label them affectionately on this channel, are huge, and you qualify. Why would you not get them? Single individual, $75,000 less, go get them. Married couple, $150,000 less, go get them. If you rent, if you're on benefits, if you're not on benefits. In every U.S. state, it's federal stimulus. It's checks A, B, and C. And viewers have been getting since the month of March. Remember, stimulus now in the American landscape, you have to do something to get it. You have to apply to get it. You can't sit around and stand by the mailbox. These incredible checks A, B, and C are huge, and we've had so many incredible success stories like Frank Mancuso, the lead in on this video. Those were the first 3 checks. How do you get them? You become a member. You go right on this video, join the channel. Join LA1 or LA2 or LA3, any of the 3 channels of this broadcasting network, and get those incredible newsletters Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Go in and apply. Those were the first 3 checks. Then, here comes the new graphic tonight. For stimulus now carries 100 to 200 new checks. Yes, we have grown from 3 categories of checks to now a whopping 14 categories of checks passed by Congress and passed elsewhere. Let's go over what happened. Those first 3 were the president by executive action, A, B, and C. Then, about 3 weeks ago, Congress passed a bill that had in there checks, categories of checks, E through K. 7 new categories. Then, 2 weeks ago, I found you check L and M. My dedication to you is always to find you stimulus. Your dedication is always to get the stimulus. Then, this last week, I found 2 more categories, N and O. Broadcast media doesn't care this. Doesn't cover this. They don't care about you. They don't care to research the data. They don't care to go into the specifics of what Congress does. No other channel, no other broadcasting network does this. This is the only one in the American landscape. It's LATE. You're watching it right now. 14 categories of stimulus now, but not just 14 checks, 100 to 200 incredible checks. What are they? How do you get them? How do they work? We'll go over all those incredible checks you need, because we're in a recession and inflation is really out of control. We'll go over all those incredible checks in the big second half. Stay with me as we go over them coming up in just a second. The other major element at issue that is great for members is that when you become a member, you're not only part of the Purple Power community, you not only get the newsletter, but you also get the incredible worksheets, which are in the newsletter. And let's look at those incredible worksheets tonight from the shores of Santa Monica, California. Hope you're having a beautiful week. It's bitterly hot here, and it's really, really difficult to record. So I'm fighting through it because there is so much important breaking news to deliver for you, and I hope you get this big money. Let's look at the incredible worksheets. They're in the membership newsletter, down around the 3rd line, Monday through Friday. And those worksheets are a PDF. Here is that incredible PDF. You can print it out from your cell phone, computer, or device. And guess what? In just a second, actually in the second half, I have for you a way to get a brand new laptop or a brand new tablet. Do I have a way to get you a brand new Cuisinart? I don't, but I'm working on that as well. Just, next I have a toaster by tomorrow morning. I'll just have something for you all day long. The latest details on the first page of that worksheet are really heating up tonight. Inflation. What do we have on inflation tonight? First, we have that the wage inflation did really kick in. It went up 5.2. It went up 5.2% year to date, but it went up month to month. Additionally, about 1/3 of a percentage point. Wow, this is big news for your benefits. This wage inflation. Why? Let's jump over your benefits before we come back to those worksheets in just a second. Your benefits are going up a lot, and this is lifetime stimulus. Remember, if your benefits go up 10%, if your benefits go up 10% this year, that's not just year, it's lifetime. And if inflation is 2% next year, then your benefits go up 12%. Yeah, so this incredible raise of your benefits is so huge. Why is it happening? It's happening because your benefits are impacted by inflation. Let's go over the overview of this for a second, and we'll go back to those worksheets in just one moment. Your benefits are going up. Some of you 5,000, some of you less, some of you more. This is you if you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, Railroad benefits, Veterans benefits. Why? Because inflation's going really high. Inflation is tracking high. And we need to see that inflation staying where it is or going higher, because remember, the impact will be on your benefits. Why did this happen? Well, it starts with understanding what has gone on with inflation in this U.S. economy. I was the first to project that this U.S. economy would suffer 8% inflation. And for a very long time, not temporary or transitory, I predicted it early last year. No one else said it. And what happened? Inflation did come in high. 8% in December, then stayed as high as a whopping 8.6% in the month of May. With that consumer price index, CPI, what you pay for milk and eggs. What happened in June? 9.1%. Oh my goodness, incredibly high. Now we need to see that inflation basically stay where it is or go higher, because that's the case, your benefits are going astronomically through the roof. In July, the CPI beat, the PPI beat, and the retail sales beat. But in August, when we had the July data release, retail sales flat, PPI flat. And while the CPI was a little bit lower on the high end, the component parts were higher. So that brings it back to the question of, well, how much are my benefits going up? The Seniors League, when looking at this data, says they're predicting a 10.1% raise of your benefits. 10.1%. If that inflation we saw on August 10th, that July CPI stays the same. 10.1% means that if your benefits are $1,000 a month, you would get $1,100 a month. But we need 3 months of data. The next month that we need is August data release on September 10th approximately. Then the September data were released on October 10th. So this is big news. What do I think about your benefits, and what do I think they're going to do? Well, the gasoline tonight is really problematic. International price of Brent crude is down. Domestic unleaded is really falling dramatically. And it is falling to $3 a gallon in some states. But it'll only take one major hurricane, to throw off the refineries for a week, 4 days, in early September to late September. And then we could have a major twist on this inflation. That's how volatile it is. But the component parts are going up. Milk and eggs are going up. The rent flat are going up. I mean, it's not going down. And tonight we know the salaries are going up. So this is looking really good for you and your benefits. Do I say 10.1 is conservative? I really do think it is. But ultimately, we have to see what happens with that gasoline. It's a major component of the CPI. Now, what have we have since then that indicates what's going on? Well, we had the producer price index, the personal consumption expenditure index, and the CPI, the PCE, and also the retail sales, all flat. Ultimately, the takeaway is your benefits are going up a lot, an astronomical amount. We just have to see how much they're going up in the next few days on this channel. Let's cut back to those incredible worksheets and what else we know about what's going on in those worksheets. The next line of the worksheets is the labor. And the labor got really fascinating. Did you see what happened with the labor? Well, the unemployment rate grew. Yes, grew. And then we also had the situation for the jobless claims, which you're looking at right now. They went the other direction. They were going to 260. They went back down to a 230. Fascinating across the board. It's really just a mixed bag, but labor is not holding up. It's slowly falling apart. And then the Federal Reserve tonight, the major details of the Federal Reserve are huge. Here's another breaking news graphic tonight for you. The Federal Reserve is going to meet in September through December, FOMC meeting once a month. And this channel is predicting that to battle interest rates, the Federal Reserve, to battle inflation, the Federal Reserve will raise interest rates every single FOMC meeting of 75 basis points. That's the breaking news you're hearing tonight on this channel. The significance of that interest rate spike in the Federal Reserve will be detailed in the big second half, but let's understand, Wall Street has not projected that. And by not projecting that, Wall Street has suffered day after day crashes of its markets. Let's go to the next page of the worksheets. Tonight we have other great news. It's getting bigger and bolder by the second. Oh boy. So the next page of the worksheet is that great table to keep track of all your incredible checks. And now we don't have 3 checks, A, B, and C. We have 14 categories and 100 to 200 checks. Let's go over how many checks there are now for you to put on this second page of this worksheet. Remember, the worksheets is a PDF in the newsletter. You can print out and take notes on a separate piece of paper. And tonight we have a lot of stuff to put in that second page. Remember, the second page was made when there was only 3 categories to check. So now we have 14 categories. So let's go over what you would put in that second page and what people have been putting in that second page. First, check A, B, C, all the way to E, and O. Let me tell you what they are. A is 1 category, 1 check. B and C are 1 category, but lots of checks, 80 to 100 checks. B and C are like that. Then we go to E through K, 1 category, 1 check. L, M, N, O. Half of them are 1 category, 1 check, but the other half are 1 category, lots of checks. So I now have for you 100 to 200 checks, and this page 2 of the worksheets doesn't have enough rows in there because there's so many new checks. So print out multiple copies of that second page and take notes on for yourself, because there are so many checks now to keep track of. What do we have on those success stories that viewers have been using that second page for? Longtime viewer Dragon has gotten $148,000 by using the worksheets and by being a member and, of course, a volunteer to this channel. Congratulations to Miss Dragon. Lynn Glenn is among 2 viewers who got 12 months of utility checks in the last few days. Congratulations, Lynn Glenn. Margaret's got a lot of checks. We, of course, led with Frank Mancuso. We also have another viewer called Spelly who got check A and check C. We had 2 viewers who have gotten 14 months of rent. Just incredible. And then we had that 1 viewer out of Florida, another viewer out of Florida who applied for her mortgage. She just forgot she had check B and she got approved. 1 month? No, 18 months. My goodness. And 4 utility bills per month? That's 5 bills per month. Times 18 months, that's 80 to 100 checks. That's a success story that you're getting on this channel. And the success story should be yours as well. Become a member. Go right on this video. Become a member. You're watching the number 3 most watched financial news channel in America now with 3 broadcasting channels. The next page of the worksheet is to keep track of your benefit raises so you can run the different numbers and see how it pans out. Remember, if benefits go up 11%, then your benefits would go from $1,000 to $1,100. That's an example. I think I did that right. No, I didn't do that. I did not do that right. If they go up 10%, your benefits go up $1,100. Live math. Then let's go to that gasoline. Well, we just discussed that gasoline. That is getting really fascinating. Is gasoline going to fall or raise up? At the moment, it looks like it's both the domestic unleaded and the AAA, and the Brent crude both falling. But folks, OPEC Plus cutting barrels of 100,000 production in just 1 day. Yeah, this could change by the minute. That's why you have to get a 4 stimulus check in every U.S. state. In the big second half, we're going to go over those incredible checks. And then we'll go over 2 surprises for you. Yes, we got some big surprises coming to this broadcasting family. Yes, we're going to go through check A through O, 14 categories of checks and 100, 200 checks. I'm going to go over with you in the big second half, 1 at a time. Then we'll go over that big success surprise coming to this channel. And then we'll jump over to what Jay Powell and company are doing and Wall Street is not listening about. Oh, it is important. It's coming up in the big second half. As the shores of Santa Monica heat up this beautiful weekend and new week. See you back in 60 seconds as Evenings LA continues. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community.
The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE.
And the excitement continues right now in a beautiful big second half of a September 5th, 2022 from the shores of Santa Monica, California. Thank you for joining me. Boy, it's a big night with a lifetime of stimulus and now 14 categories of stimulus checks. 100 to 200 checks, $100 to $200,000. Viewers have been getting it. It's your night to get that money as well. We'll go over the latest details on those checks starting right now. And they're huge and they're so straightforward. Those incredible checks and the big money heats up this big second half. Become a member, Purple Hawk, Purple Power Casino VIP, and let's get to those credible checks starting right now. These incredible checks start with checks A, B, and C, passed by the President of the United States by executive action in the month of March. Here is check A. Check A is a $6,500 to $12,000 for a stimulus check in every U.S. state. How do you get it? Simple. Go into this video, become a member, join the channel, Purple Hawk, Purple Power Casino VIP. Get that incredible newsletter Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, via the YouTube alerts. Then go down to where it says check A, click the link, and go get that incredible check. This is the check that Speller got, and you can get it as well. Get ready for check B next. This is the check that Frank got, and also the other view out of Florida. $15,000, $80,000. They got 80 to 100 plus checks, or at least the other viewer did, the woman out of Florida. Just incredible. It is check B. And how do you get that incredible check B? You go into the video, become a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Casino VIP. Now remember, if you're a member right now, make sure you renew your membership. Don't let it lapse, because we started with 3 checks a month ago. Tonight we have 14 categories of 100 to 200 checks. That's how quickly I'm finding money for you. My dedication is here. Your dedication needs to be to get the checks as well. 100 to 200 checks. Go down to where it says check B, click the link, and you find it. There's that incredible check B, and go get it. So wonderful. Check B and A, that's $100,000. Let's go to check C now. Check C is for your rent, your mortgage, and your utility assistance. And this is what Glenn got. And another viewer, 12 months of utilities, both of them. And 2 other viewers getting 14 months of rent. Just incredible. How do you get this? Go into the video, become a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power Casino VIP. Go down to check C. There you go. It tells you who to call, what to say, and how to say it. And those, my friends, are check A, B, and C. We've been getting them, you've been getting them on this channel since March when I debuted them here across the board. And let's look at some of the success stories that viewers have had for getting check C's, and these success stories should be yours as well. Viewers have gotten $30,000 for rent, and let's look at their successes here. From Nisi all the way up to Elizabeth, you want $30,000 of rent, go get check C, become a member. You want utilities, go into this video, become a member, and get those incredible sums of money. Look at that, upwards of $15,000 for utilities. And then, SNAP, incredible. From this to even more, Mark's by the law getting $250,000 over 10 years from this channel. Combinations. Look at this, Nisi from $23,000 to $50,000. Mark from $32,000 to $166,000. Just incredible. Lorraine from $105,000 to $155,000. And those, my friends, are the success stories of check A, B, and C. Remember, the checks A, B, and C have been around since the month of March. Those were passed by executive action. And viewers have gotten them since March, when I first debuted them on this channel. But now about 3 Sundays ago, Congress debuted checks E through K. And immediately I featured them on this channel in prime time in a special report that night. How many broadcast channels have featured it ever since? None. They don't even know it exists. And let's go over those incredible checks right now. You're only hearing on LALATE. Check E, $7,500. F, $4,000. G, 30% off. H, the wonderful $2,000. I, $8,000. J, $8,000. And K, $14,000. Just incredible. But we don't stop there yet. That's not the spirit of the Purple Power. We don't stop with one check. We don't stop with 10 checks. 2 weeks ago, I kept on looking for checks for you. Even though I already had at that point, what is that, 10 categories of checks? Over 100 checks at that point. I'd look for more checks for you. And 2 weeks ago, I found checks L and M. L and M, and they are incredible. Let's go over them right now. Check L is around $100,000 on average, $100,000 on average of a low interest free money for the purchase of a home. My goodness, that's incredible. Then M is just insane. It's free money. It's all yours. It's $4,000 of free money approximately in closing costs assistance for purchasing a home. Just incredible. Then we go to N and O. N is just perhaps one of the most exciting ones. I've been doing this a while on this channel, since 2020, so I know which one would get people excited. N will get you excited. Free internet. What will get me excited? Free coffee. Or free bacon. Free internet. Wow. So this is free internet, or in some cases discounted internet, but it gets even better. You ready for this one? I should have some drum roll music for this one. A free computer. Yes, they'll give you up to $100 for a free for a brand new laptop, desktop computer, or tablet from a participating provider. You want a new tablet, and let me make clear, a lot of tablets on the market that are $100 or less are brilliantly great. So this could change your life, a free tablet, or at least $100 towards a free tablet, just incredible. Then category of stimulus O. This one is so good I have to look at it every time and say to myself, that is real, even though it seems totally unbelievable. Stimulus O is zero down payment, zero closing costs for a mortgage for your home. Just incredible. If you want to buy a first home, they will give you zero down payment, zero interest, I just butchered that. Zero down payment, zero closing costs, mortgage assistance for your first home. You do not have to have a credit check. You do not have a credit. You do not need a credit score, and you do not need mortgage assurance or insurance. Just incredible. Zero down, zero closing costs. And that, my friends, is the wonders of check A through O. It's all tonight on a big Evenings LA. Hope you're doing well. It is, oh my goodness. It is a hot night. Look how hot I look. Yeah. So I'm going to show her instead of me. It's just a hot night. If you saw that, good. If you didn't, then good. We're going to move on. I just want to show you the effort that I put in to deliver you the breaking news nightly about your economy, your recession, your inflation, your benefit raise, and your housing market. The unemployment and the forced stimulus continues right now on a big, bold second half of Evenings LALATE. The Federal Reserve is really one of the situations that is going to be a big story this week. And why is it? The Federal Reserve, in my prediction, will be doing a 75 basis point increase for those interest rate spikes at the next FOMC meetings in September all the way to December. This is a breaking news report tonight because guess what? Wall Street is betting against that. Wall Street believes that the Federal Reserve is going to pivot and change policy course, leave inflation at its height, and move on. And that false narrative fell apart, and the details led across the board. Let's go over everything you need to know, starting right now from the shores of Santa Monica, California. The latest details tonight that are important to follow are that the Federal Reserve has made very clear what they're going to do, and yet analysts tried to believe something other than that. What's going on? Let me explain to you. The Federal Reserve is very clear what they want to do, and they indicated ahead of time. That is their inherent policy, and we've known that on this channel for a very, very long time. The Federal Reserve, in their establishment across the board, is given the authority to raise interest rates to battle inflation and also to get price stability. But to do that, Jay Powell and Co., what do? They tell you what they're going to do. They give you guidance. So we had Bullard, Daly, Bauman, the Fed governors telling you over the last few weeks, this is what we're going to do. They all told you this is what they're going to do. And what did Wall Street do? Ignore it. Wall Street blatantly ignored it, saying no, there'll be a Fed pivot, meaning that the Federal Reserve will do something other than what they're saying they're going to do. No, the Federal Reserve will do one interest rate spike in September, and that'll be it. We'll see no more after October. Really? And that Wall Street continued to bet that the earnings recessions detailed on this channel were short-felt and that the boom times, bull market runs, from May straight up were continuing across the board. Well, let's make very clear, none of that was true. And to show you how raw I am, I'm going to show the impact of recording in a hot tempered climate right now. Here's what happened. The Federal Reserve had made very clear what they're going to do, and Wall Street ignored it and betted against it. And when Wall Street betted against it, what happened? Jay Powell spoke at that Jackson Hole conference 2 weeks ago, and when speaking at that Jackson Hole conference, he said, I made very clear what I'm going to do, and you're not listening to me. And Wall Street crashed. Wall Street crashed down 1,000 points because they had not embedded the risks of more interest rate spikes from the Federal Reserve. Then we had Williams. Then we had Lorraine Mester, who all made very clear, their Fed governors, that we need to be more of a direct with you because you're not listening. Not you and me, not the Purple Power community, Wall Street, not listening. And by not listening, what were they doing? They were betting on an event that was never going to happen, leaving inflation alone at these high rates. So what happened? Wall Street crashed. 1,000 points down the night of that Jackson Hole conference. Then, the day after, down. The day after that, continued to be down. In fact, if you look at stocks tonight, they've been crashing dramatically back down to their lowest lows of the entire year. We call them 52-week lows. 52-week lows, the moving average. They reached that 52-week lows in May, when Target and Walmart downward guided at the time, saying inflation was taking a really bad hit on their businesses. That in May crashed the market. Stocks fell to their lowest levels of the last 52 weeks. But Wall Street tried to sell you a fake narrative. The Fed pivot. The Fed is done. The Fed will stop. And they got stocks to run, Wall Street, from May straight up into August. Brilliant run, straight up. Tell you it's a bull market. Tell you that the housing market is great because prices are not falling apart. Well, prices in the housing market fell apart. Bitcoin, crypto, Ethereum fell apart. And then stocks fell apart. Stocks are now down 90% back to those levels that we saw in May, meaning they're almost back to the lowest lows of the year. And not just the year, but 52-week lows. That is what Wall Street betted against, and that's why it was no bueno. Tonight, a major announcement's coming to this channel and this broadcasting family as well. The major announcements are that all the excitement you see on this channel is getting bigger on two other channels, LA2 and LA3. Over on LA2, Your Stimulus Live was a very big hit show last night. I really appreciate you for watching. Remember, jump into Stimulus Live on LA2 at any time. It is a live feed that gives you the latest details on your stimulus, but your favorite cast of characters are coming back. Sirloin, Javita Late, Blaine 66, all returning to LA2. That's the second channel this week. Watch starting September 6, 2022 for the programming schedule for Channel 2. On Channel 2, you will see nightly, approximately 1 hour nightly from 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock, your favorite humor programming. Sirloin, Javita Late, Blaine 66 back together again, and also getting teed up for new series from the three of them. Plus the Lone Guy, plus the LA special. 1 hour humor programming, 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock on LA2, joining this family this week. Then, over on LA3, wow, the excitement's growing. We got food programming coming, but I want you to do something else with me. And that something else concerns your money. I want you to do me a favor and watch LA 3. Why? Because on LA3, we are bringing back crypto and we're bringing in stocks. Yes, we're bringing in crypto and we're bringing in stocks because we don't believe anyone else has done you service or done anyone service on their reporting of the subject matter. Why? Many of the crypto channels of the current universe were begat or bred out of stimulus. There were people who covered stimulus but never got you any checks. You were never their viewers, but they never got you any checks. They just reported when a check was landing, tried to get some views and subscribers, and then when they thought the story was over for stimulus, they jumped over to crypto. And what did they do with crypto? Told you to buy it. Told you to buy crypto and told you it was going to make you a millionaire. Well, their projections were all wrong. Over in stocks, they did the same thing. Told you to buy stocks, and the stocks went right down after they told you to buy it. And what did they do? They got themselves in a pretty nice, comfy situation with nice cars and nice watches and nice homes that they brag about on Instagram on a regular basis. And what did you get? Well, not much of anything. Because where are they today? They've abandoned the subject. They've abandoned crypto. They've abandoned stocks. In fact, they've abandoned their broadcasting platforms altogether. So, what are we going to do? We're going to do it the way the Purple Power family would do it. People caring about one another, not bragging about things, not flaunting things, not putting millionaire and billionaire in every title of a video, and coming in and trying to help people grow their understanding and grow their valuation and not get them into positions that lose their asset value. Sounds sort of easy? Well, that's what we're going to do. I ask you to just do me one favor. Watch LALATE 3. Watch LA 3 when crypto comes back to LA 3 within this week. Watch LA 3 when stocks come into LA 3 this week. I need you to make yourself better because this is what we do as a family. Don't think about one check to one check. Don't think about one utility bill to one utility bill. Don't think about one rent bill to one rent bill. I want you to learn about more money. I want you to learn about other industries. And I want you to learn about how these work. I'll make it simple for you. I'll make it fun. I'll make it entertaining and engaging. We'll have our humor and our information all wrapped in one. You don't have to buy crypto. You don't have to buy stocks. But I want you to learn why they move, where they move. Plus, we'll feature the latest details of this economy and the housing market because you need to know this. You need to improve yourself as a person. We've had a long-time viewers of this channel who have done incredible achievements for themselves. I want to make you even better, and I want to make this community better. So make sure you promise yourself to take note for yourself, give yourself a post-it note, that you will watch LA 3 when I debut the new crypto show and be a regular viewer on that channel as well. A lot of information, a lot of learning, and a lot of earning. From the shores of Santa Monica, California, the bro gaming continues throughout the night. Become a member. Remember, if you're a member to any of these channels, you get that incredible newsletter Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time from either LA1, LA2, or LA3. Remember to watch all three channels. Tell your friends and family, come on over. Tell your friends and family to subscribe. Go under the video. Make sure you have the alert set to all three channels. And from the shores of Santa Monica, California, we're going to kill it. We're going to do it better and bolder than anyone else. Watch out crypto, watch out stocks, watch out economy, watch out housing industry, and watch out learning. We're about to be earning. It's LALATE.